All right, let's slow it down here. Let's take a look at these little buttons down here. These are just things that you can toggle with the interface to give you a little bit more information. So this toggles the categories on the resource menu up here. If you check this, then it just puts them all out there and you can see them all spread out. This is okay maybe when you're first starting a game, but once you start to collect more and more stuff, it just becomes a big list. And I like to do the groupings and usually just keep the bottom one expanded, because you can see, you know, it groups all your meals together. You know, this one is components. It groups all your medicine together, all your cloth together. Cloth, if you start, once you've, you know, slaughtered some animals, you're going to get a lot of leather in here. So, you know, I don't really care as much about those things. So that's what that one does. This one toggles an automatic rebuild of destroyed structures in the home area. So right now it's off, but if a structure is destroyed and that's turned on, they will automatically rebuild it. I like to leave that one off personally. I like to decide whether or not something's worth building again. See, this one automatically expands the home area around new things you build. I like to leave that one checked by default. Mostly I just leave these on the default. The one I do change though a lot. This is the visibility of roofs. If you want to see where your roofs are, you can do this. Let's see this one. Colonist bar displays the icons. So this one toggles the colonist at the top of the screen. Where is so room stats? I think that's the one we want. Oh, the beauty display. Oh, maybe room stats. Let's go beauty display. So what this does, maybe it is room stats. So room stats turns on this little dialogue when you hover over a room. It tells you, you know, it gives you these values for impressiveness, wealth, space, beauty, and then sort of the meaning, the word, because the numbers don't really mean anything. So an impressiveness of 23 means it's dull. Wealth 322 means it's impoverished. So our rooms aren't that good right now. Something we can use to help out the beauty of our room and such is is artwork, which we'll get into momentarily. Some other tips about batteries I didn't go over in the last sets of videos. Batteries, you want to build them indoors. Again, this might be a change from prior versions of the game, but when you had batteries outdoors and it rained like it is now, it's raining, they could explode. So you wanted to keep them inside. So I always keep my batteries inside. Something else, they are movable too. So you can reinstall a battery at another location and they hold their charge when you reinstall them. So this can be useful, for example, later when we get to mining and deep, when we want to do scanning and we want to look for ore that's under the ground, we need to build a drill. And we don't want to run, you know, power lines all the way across the map. We can just build a drill and then drop a battery off over there and have it power the drill. And then when the battery drains, we can just swap it out with another battery. So some battery tips for you. 80% grown here. Our smokeleaf is 50% grown. Kaya does have the... I'm going to turn this off. Now the beauty indicator shows you the impact certain items have on the beauty of a room. So, for example, outside you can see it's just a -1. Everywhere they walk outdoors, it's going to be a -1 to beauty. Inside here, there's like dirt on the ground. See, there's like dirt here that hasn't been cleaned. That's a -15. Just items left out, like this medicine is a -4. In this room, you can see they're getting positive values from these dining chairs and this dining table. That's nice, but the kibble, the dog food just left out on the floor, people don't like that either. We put some lights in here, I think. In their bedroom, their bed, beauty gets them a 1 for the bed. Got some debris in here. Get that out of here. All that out. Got Pierce working at the crafting table. You can see now in real time as he's working, you hover over crafting, You can see his progress to the next level go up as he works. Looks like he just finished making a duster. He's going to take off his parka and switch into the duster that he just made. See how they automatically change clothes depending on the weather, or how hot or how cold it is. We have enough cloth to make a billiard table. Just need to find the best place to put it. This room's a little bit small. You can make like a rec room up here, next to the crafting area. It's like right here, maybe. Okay, let's turn off these little overlays. So anyway, that's just what these little icons are down here. There's just a way to see more information about a room. We'll get into artwork a little bit later, sculpting. We can have guys build sculptures, and they'll greatly boost the beauty of a room. Different building materials have different values. I think if you make floors out of gold, you know, your colonists will like that. It was really helpful to have those guys in the chat there for a little while. I was leading my viewers astray with the deteriorating wood. Berries can be harvested. The patch notes for this game are some of the funniest patch notes for any game. It's just, if you don't have any context around the game or know anything about it, and you were to just go read the patch notes, you would think they were absolutely hilarious. Let's build a... let's see. Let's build a little medical room. I'm going to go to structure, wooden wall again. We'll just make this the medical wing here. We'll add a door here. Chop that tree. Could always use some more wood. Sure, this torch lamp is slowly draining our supply. Let's deconstruct that and build an actual light. Furniture, standing lamp. Oh, there is a standing lamp in there already. Put a couple in the hallway. I'm also going to build a little structure. See, we need more wood. Let's go to orders. Chop wood. Chop that down. All right. This is going to be our little medical room, hospital area. So the cleanliness of a room is important when it comes to your medical room, your hospital, because your guys will recover from their injuries faster if the room is clean. They are also less susceptible to infections and things like that. So you want to make sure you have a clean room. Something we eventually want to get to, we might be able to do it right off the bat. This is kind of a bigger room, though. Is a sterile floor. Actually, they've now moved that behind a research, I just remember. Let's see where that is. I think it's called like Sterile Materials or something like that. Sterile Materials, there it is. So we can research this, and maybe we will after machining. But basically it just lets you build a sterile floor, which greatly increases the odds of a successful surgery. Or, you know, it prevents your guys from getting infected if they've been injured. Let's see. These are ready to harvest. I have bad allergies right now. The pollen's pretty high where I'm at. I apologize about my voice. Probably makes it sound like I have this really great radio voice, but sadly, as soon as allergy season's over, I sound like a prepubescent little boy. I'm gonna kick the speed up a bit. About 1 o'clock now. About a half an hour. We're gonna switch over to Overwatch. Ooh, we got some cargo pods. Let's see what this is. Let's jump to the location. Bunch of cloth. That is great. We will take it. We're gonna double click one to select them all, and then again, get rid of those red X's. Now our guys will go pick it up and move it inside. Something else I want to do is under furniture, I want to build an animal bed. Put it in the corner here for a wolf to sleep in. Getting some wood. I might just have to make a wood floor in here for now. Some lights in our hospital wing. There for now. Certainly has helped to have another colonist help us gathering some of the stuff so it just doesn't get left outside. I think we have a fair amount of cloth right now, which is good. One duster coat made. Want some more animals. The hare. Squirrel. Squirrels have a 2% chance to attack. You know, when you do one of those naked and afraid starts, and you get a mad squirrel, your game can just be over. Squirrel death. You can see once an area's been unroofed, the vegetation and stuff inside slowly starts to die, or I mean roofed rather. There's no light in here and it's really cold, so the ground is starting to just look just like dirt, which is fine for our freezer. No one ever really goes in there that much. Our place looks pretty nice now. Got more wood so we can, let's see. We can build our stone cutting room. Let's go to structure, wooden wall. Just build a little area right here. Put a door here, door there. And we'll start out with just a torch lamp for light for now. And then production, we want to select stone cutter's table. We can put that right there. It's saying we're going to get a penalty for it being outdoors, but that's because there's no building built yet, but there will be. some of the crafting stuff, if you just throw it outside, the folks will get a penalty to actually using it. In fact, let's look at our production. See what else we can build here. Under miscellaneous, tool cabinet. So the tool cabinet increases the work speed when placed near a workbench. One workbench can use up to 2 tool cabinets. So we don't have a workbench yet, but that'll be handy. Or unless the tailoring bench is considered a workbench. Let me see. Heat wave. An unusual heat wave has begun. Heat waves can kill quickly if people start getting heat stroke. Stay cool by building a cooler or getting under a deep mountain. Okay, so here's a scenario where you'll have to learn to control the temperature inside your building. Outside, it's going to get super hot, and if your people stay outside long enough, they'll get heat stroke and they'll get sick and die. And at night, it's going to get really hot inside. You don't want them sleeping in the cold. So what we want to do is start building little coolers to keep our rooms cool. Primarily important for the bedrooms. And what we're going to do is we'll put one cooler here in this room, and we'll build vents on these walls so that the cooler can distribute between the rooms. So unfortunately, I think we need steel for that, and I don't know if we have enough. A vent, 30 steel. We should be able to do that. So let's put a vent here, 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 and here. And then what we can do is build a passive cooler, which just takes wood. I don't know how you can make an air conditioner that just requires wood, but they've figured out a way to do it. We'll put one there, and we'll put one here. And this should be enough to cool down the bedrooms at least. I'll put one in the dining area and one in the research area. That requires 50 wood each, so it's about 200 wood there. Need colonist beds. Somehow this got turned... Oh, this is now a prisoner's bed because the wall's destroyed. That's funny. So what happened here is when they went to deconstruct the wall to put the vent in, it saw that this was a room set up for a prisoner. So since these rooms are now open and no longer separated, it made this bed a prisoner's bed as well and took away that bed for our colonists to sleep. So just for tonight, Philly's sleeping on the floor. I should get that fixed tomorrow, though. Alright, let's set these back to regular beds. Now, we're gonna have to start keeping an eye on our dudes' health. And if they have heat stroke, we might have to restrict them to inside. And if you again, remember you can check the temperatures by just hovering your mouse over an area and then looking on the bottom right. Right now it's 83 degrees in this area, but in this bedroom it's 64 because this passive cooler is cooling the room. In here it's 80, 79. You can see it's going down a little bit. In here it's 73. So our coolers are helping. And we have our medical room here. Let's put a couple beds in there. Furniture. Bed. Let's put them up against this wall. We'll just build 3 for now. And I'm also going to posit, create a stockpile zone just for our medicine. Under manufactured. Go to, well, let's clear all, and then medicine. Check under manufactured. We can leave this priority normal for now. Actually, let's set it to preferred. Always a good idea. And then this stockpile, we can just delete it. And now they should move the medicine into our hospital. There he goes. Now I'm going to set these beds that they just built in here to medical. And now they are reserved for when someone's hurt. People won't just randomly sleep there. Temperature's nice inside. Outside, you can see it's 98 degrees. Got a war merchant coming to visit. Now, we got some idle people up here because they got the little clocks. Let's just take a look at what we can have them do. Meals are okay. Kibble's okay. Let's take a look at the health tab. No health conditions. Just a scratch scar. Got cataracts in their eyes. Good thing we took away the gun. That's probably why she can't shoot for shit. This guy needs some smoke leaves, big time. Now his withdrawal's at 60%. Once that gets all the way up to the top, he could lose his dependence on the drug. Once that goes up to 100, I believe. So he's going through withdrawal right now. You can see how this is impacting him. His consciousness is at minus 20. His moving is at minus 15. And he's got a smoke leaf tolerance is large. So the smoke leaf effect multiplier is 62%, which means the effects of smoking a joint is only going to be half as much as if someone who didn't have that large tolerance. So that's what that does. So that's why his mood is probably impacted a little bit. If we look at needs again, yeah, smoke leaf withdrawals, minus 20. But he's still got the plus from the party, spacious interior. He's quite comfortable. And he's got very low expectations, so that helps. He should have low expectations. All right, so we have our sculpting room here. What I want to do now, let's see, under our storage, can we do... manufactured. I'm looking for blocks, chunks, items, manufactured. Stone blocks. Okay. So this stockpile will accept stone blocks. What we'll do is we'll set up a bill, and I think this is a slate chunk. I'll double click. This is mostly all slate in this stockpile. So I'll go over here and click bills, add bill, make slate blocks. And I'll just say, do this, I don't know, 50 times. Let's take a look at our work tab here. Pierce is tailoring when he has the chance. We should get someone else craft in here. Goes out of 2, goes out of 3. Billy Hunts and Wardens, Halls. You can craft as well. Do that. When it gets to the point where we're going to be building stuff that matters, that we care about the quality of, like a gun, for example, we won't want someone with a low crafting skill doing that. So we'll want to make sure that we restrict those people from doing those tasks. But for now, we need someone to start making stone blocks so we can build a wall, more secure, fire-resistant building materials. So get some stone blocks going there. Here comes that war merchant. Who's our high social guy? Billy? He's asleep right now. If we wake him up and have him go trade with the guy, he won't like that. Let's just wait till morning. If they're still around. Still don't really have anything we want to trade, per se. Might be have a couple things we can sell. If he leaves, we won't worry about it. Alright, it's early enough. Let's have Philly go trade. This guy. That'll wake him up. Let's look at Philly's needs. He's hungry. He'll go eat after, but his rest is all the way up, so he's slept enough. Oh, jeez, these guys have snakes? They have pet cobras. That's pretty badass. Oh, we can buy the cobras. Female cobras? Oh, we can also buy a male Arctic wolf and start breeding them. I think we might want to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy this wolf. Oh, that's so awesome. So when you have a male... Oh, wait a minute. Our guy isn't male already. Never mind. We don't need two dudes. Sausage fest for the wolves. Got my hopes up for a second. I wish you could cross-mate animals. You could mate a wolf with a cobra. That'd be kind of cool. Bred for its skills and magic. What can we sell? Cloth pants? Just sell these pants. We'll get 27 bucks for it. Sell the shirt here. These syntherid pants. We're getting 200. We could sell our wolf. I don't want to do that, though. I want to breed wolves. That seems good. Just get some silver here. There. So they'll drop some silver on the ground here from our transaction, and our guys will pick it up and bring it to our stockpile. As our friend in the chat kindly reminded us that your silver can be stolen. So you might want to keep it inside. I've always kept mine outside. I don't think I've ever had anyone actually steal it before. I think when we get a little bit bigger and more expanded, then we'll want to be a little bit more cautious about that stuff. But for right now, we're fine. Famous last words, though, right? Still trying to work out this whole streaming thing. Had a solid bitrate today, which is nice. I'm gonna have to upgrade my internet tier. Unfortunately, 720, 30 frames is all I can really push right now. Especially with my current potato chip of a CPU. Man, I'm looking forward to those new Ryzen chips coming out on the 7th, 5 days away. Of course, be holding off for a day or two to read the reviews. But man, I'll be performing a sweet upgrade here to my system. Hopefully put out some 1080p quality content for you all. So, still have the heat wave right here. Outside, it's 95. Always good during a heat wave or cold snap to just check in on the health of your guys. No one has heat stroke. Probably because we're keeping it so cool inside. Could use a little refresh on our wood stockpile. Let's go orders. Chop wood. There's lots of trees on this side of our compound. Let's do that. got our hospital, got our stone blocks going. We got 40 slate blocks right here, so we could build a nice slate wall, or maybe we can use this wall that's already built and start building just a big wall around our base. I think what the next thing we want to do... Oh, there's a buffalo herd. These are great. So the materials that you build the clothes with and stuff has, I think an impact on, like, for example, if you make a parka out of a rat skin versus, these big buffalo wool. If you make it out of the buffalo wool, it'll be warmer and it'll also look better. So just an FYI, the crafting materials matter. If you're really trying to min-max your guys, our guys are all pretty happy. We don't really have to try to squeeze every last ounce of happiness out of them. So it doesn't really matter. That's why we're not specifying which materials we want to build our clothes with. Same thing when it gets to artwork, you can specify you only want to build your art sculptures out of marble. Stuff made out of marble versus slate. Obviously the marble looks better, so you get a higher boost. So if you really want to dig in deep, sort of, min-max how that all works, you can do that. And depending on how you're trying to run your colony, you might actually need to do that. So Philly's making the slate blocks because we set crafting up here for him to 2. And I wanted to have 2 cobras. I wanted to breed cobras. Can you imagine sending a herd of cobras out to attack? See how we are with animals. Zakaya's animal stuff. Animals at 5. 4023. Is she even doing that? Handle 1. Tame, train. Animals. So note that trade caravan is leaving. Who's got the break risk? Vaughn. Vaughn needs a joint. Let's get Vaughn a joint. Oh, all right. Look, we have our first smokeleaf harvest. It is time. Under the crafting spot, go to Bill's. Add Bill. Make smokeleaf joint. Do forever. So Philly, since he's set to crafting, I don't know what he'll prioritize over, the slate blocks or the joints. Looks like he's going right for the joints. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe we can get some other people working on the joints here. He has a 3. Let's put him at 2 as well. But Kaya's, again, always going to be researching. It's kind of pointless. Vaughn, crafting is at 2. Vaughn, you can roll some dubs. When you're not cleaning and hauling, doing the shit work. Roll the dubs. I mean, he's the one who wants the joints, right? All right, I think we might be at a stopping point for Rimworld right now. Gonna take a quick break, 10-minute break,